boca profissional. Mas que camada legal. Mas que camada legal.
Allora vale down, guarda show va per la sa. Still come on nella patta pioco pioco pioco
Mas que mamada legal. Mas que mamada legal. Ela por ser gentil, meigo e boca profissional. Mas que mamada legal. Mas que mamada legal.
allora vale down, guarda show va per la sa. Still come on nella patta pioco pioco pioco
Hello everyone, this is me Hack and welcome to the live stream again. And in this live stream we are going to do something different. Unlike our previous stream, we were doing something like hack the just a second. Let me as like in my previous stream we were doing like active directory based machines, but in this live stream we are going to do something different. It will be something related to cloud security, and it will be mostly like Azure because so some background about me, right? So I work at Poon Labs as a content creator and also like pen test work over there, and I'm already like familiar with AWS or GCP side of things, but I'm kind of noob when it comes to Azure security. So the goal of this stream is to like somehow like try to get better at Azure. So yeah, like we will be doing Azure. So in the meantime, like go ahead and like create an account at poonlabs.io and we can get started at Azure hacking or hacking Azure. In the meanwhile, let me go back to YouTube and check if my audio is clear or not. Just a second. So right now I'm checking my YouTube video. I think my audio on YouTube seems to be like clear. We will start in a while. Just okay. So I think everything seems to be fine and working. So let's get back to like hacking, right? So I'm let's hope like you guys are like familiar with Poon Labs. So let's come back to like hacking, right? And I have a very strong password, so don't even think about hacking me. Okay, so up here like we will start with like few like free like labs, and yeah, let's see like how further we would go into Azure security. So whenever it comes to like cloud security, whether it be like AWS or GCP. Most of we usually start with something like exposed storage bucket or S3 bucket, right? It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a tradition, right? Like in programming, everyone starts with like hello world. In cloud security, it's like, oh hey, like we have some like exposed storage bucket, go and try to exploit it, right? Something like that. Let's wait like for like few minutes and we will start. By the way, like I'm also like thinking about um, making my own like Instagram page, because I think everyone on social media is up there, so maybe I should do that, you know. Or maybe I should also talk about this on LinkedIn, or maybe I should also stream on LinkedIn. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, man. But alrighty, so let's get back to hacking up here. Mm, Before I do that, let me open up my Discord real. By the way, like about the previous live stream, right? So I told you guys about my own notes, right? So I have the notes up here, like down, and I actually forgot to share it. So that's kind of an L on my part, but um, let me like create something different, a page, and let's call this Own Labs, and create like another category called let's call this Azure. Now we will create another page after page, and so like, okay, so maybe we can try doing like these 3 labs, right? Yeah, or maybe like 4. I'm not sure, like I can't promise how many labs we will be able to do, because I mean I also don't have a lot of experience with Azure, to be honest. So yeah, it's ready. So by like these 4 are like free labs, so yeah, you guys can also try that. Okay. Yo, my name is not complete on the screen. um yeah, I don't know why, man. Buggy matrix, I have no idea why that's a problem. Maybe it's like something with Streamlabs, which I have no idea or no control over it. So this is the lab, and I don't think we need VPN for this. Do we need VPN for it? I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, we don't necessarily need a VPN for it, but we will like still download it. I mean, there could be like some endpoint behind the VPN which we are not really aware of. And by the way, like we will be following the like maybe like we will go like blind on this one. I don't know. So I have the VPN. By the way, let me see like if I can pop this window. I stream, yeah, like I'm like actually like streaming on Twitch too. Like it's like twitch.tv hack 10101. Let me share the link. Let me show you. Should be somewhere here. Well, it's taking a lot of time to actually load. So okay, Okay, so I'm seeing myself up here. Wow. I probably need a way, like, I don't know, like, how can I see chat? Hmm. Anyways, so this is the lab, and let me get back to my terminal. Up here I will create another directory called Poon Labs, and I will cd into it, and let's create another directory called Azure, cd into Azure. This is the name. Let me call it like Azure Blob Lab. Mkdir KDI. Like, I can't even type, man. Or let me just copy the whole thing. Let me get back to my terminal. Let me cd into it. That was a lot of like let me, right? So that's done. So this is our entry point. We can read the scenario, learning outcome, and difficulty, and the real world context too. And this is the writer. Right. We will try to avoid reading write up, and we will actually try to do it on our own. Um, and if we fail to do so, like if I'm not able to upon this lab, which will be a shame for me because I have a decent cloud security background, but yeah, if I fail to do so, like I probably have to go and read the walkthrough. And by the way, like reading write-ups are not bad, and not bad, you know. So up here we have the scenario. Mega Big Tech have adopted a hybrid cloud architecture and continues to use a local on-premise Active Directory domain as well as Azure Cloud. They are wary of being targeted due to their importance in tech world. Okay, and have asked our team to assess the security of their infrastructure, including cloud services. An interesting URL has been found in some public documentation, and you are tasked with accessing it or assessing it. I can't even read or I can't even pronounce one, which is, I don't know, kind of bad. Lab prerequisite. We need to know basic Windows command line. We need to have some basic Windows command line knowledge. I'm on Linux, so I don't know how I'm gonna get Windows on this machine. Learning outcome. Some familiarity. We will get some familiarity with like Azure CLI. Identification and enumeration of Azure Blob Container. I believe Azure Blob Container is something similar to Cloud Storage Bucket on GCP and S3 Bucket on AWS. Leverage Blob previous version functionalities. Okay, so this seems like a pretty standard misconfigured storage bucket lab. So let's see what we can do with it. But let me drink something. One more minute. Let me go and check my YouTube once again. I just want to be like super sure my audio is clear up there. Okay, so the audio seems like better. We will actually now go and start hacking. So this is the URL, right? So let's see. This kind of seems like some kind of a static web page or some kind of a template, right? Yeah, this actually seems like some kind of a template. So let's check the source code of it. View page source, and we will now look out for something related to Azure Blob, like URL. Like if you have like some familiarity with like GCP or AWS, you will be able to easily like identify what like storage bucket URL looks like or S3 bucket URL looks like, right? And seems like we got our shot, right? Yeah, let me copy the link. Up here, like this seems like some kind of a storage bucket URL. So now what we can do is like we can try to check, is there like any like, is this like bucket like misconfigured, or is this like storage blob misconfigured? So let's do something like this, and we get like the specified block does not exist. Okay, and megabigtech.com. Okay, does this exist? Nope. Okay, so value for a query parameter invalid. Okay, but the specific thing like seems like the name of a like storage blob. Let's do a quick Google, right? How does Azure blob URL look like? And yeah, like let's open the first link and maybe even check the images part. And open the image. Let's see, there's copy block from URL. Okay, so this seems like a completely different thing. Let's see. Again, this is not something which refers to a storage bucket or like some kind of a storage blob, right, in Azure. Again, like by the way, like a lot of terms which I'm going to use could be like different for Azure, but since I primarily like work with GCP and AWS, I'm gonna call blob as like a storage bucket or S3 bucket. So yeah, please bear with me, right? So let's see. Well, let me go back. Azure storage blob or Azure blob storage, or maybe I probably need to go through the documentation and learn about it. So okay, so this is how a storage bucket URL should look like, right? So let me go back, and yeah, I think we have the bucket. So now what we can do is we can do some kind of a fuzzing, right? Hey Gopal, hello. So up here we can do some kind of a fuzzing, right? So let me open up the terminal and let's see. Ferox this too, Azure yeah, so maybe this might not be a good idea. Let's see like what else we can do with it. Exposed Azure blob. So we're okay, getting started with Azure. Do we see like Tyler up here? That would be funny. Configure anonymous read access for containers and blobs. Okay, well, this seems like a lot of reading, and I don't think I want to do that. Create a storage account with allow public access, set to false. Your CLI. Okay. By the way, like we can also do one more thing, right? So we can actually like go and configure our Azure CLI, right? and then we can try to look out for parameters um, which could actually list this like specific storage bucket. By the way, like if someone is new up here, we are doing a free labs from Poon Lab. You guys can go and try it on your own if you want, or you can follow along. So let's see, like hunting Azure blob exposes million of sensitive file. Maybe like it could be a good read, right? So we hear about it all the times, like data breaches that exposes company sensitive information, blah blah blah. So I want to see the actual thing. A private, I already know about it. So hunting publicly open blobs, da, 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 finding storage account. Okay, storage account blob dot this, which only has one variable and the hard coded string. Okay, we took some educated guess about what storage account name could be, and for every name option we sent a DNS query to a DNS resolver. We check that answer packet. Okay, so this seems like some kind of an interesting technique, to be honest. We scanned about 200 million storage accounts, finding container, finding the sensitive file. Okay, so now about that, we temporarily download and perform our logic to check if files is sensitive. There are many great open tools like this that checks mass volume. Okay, Azure list blobs. Do I need to download Azure CLI? I don't think I have Azure CLI on this machine, because this is a completely different like streaming machine I got. So let's see, man. Let me go back to YouTube once again and make sure everything is fine up there. Okay, yep, seems like everything is fine over there. So let me copy this, and we would open a notepad. Let me drink some water. And zoom in. So this is how we are supposed to list our blob storage, right? And this is the actual address of it. So let's see what we can do with it. And this should and I don't know, man, like rest type container. Okay, so let me go and read this actually here. List blobs, the dude, replace my account with the name of your storage account. Okay, so my account needs to be replaced with the storage account, which is just like MBT website. And let's make a call request. I'm not sure if this would actually work or not, so but let's do it, because there's no harm in actually trying it out. Cool. The specified resource does not exist. Okay, Azure. Okay, let me actually go ahead and download Azure CLI real quick. Downloading Azure CLI. how to install Azure CLI. I actually want this for Ubuntu or Ubuntu. I don't know how you guys say it. So, well, I'm actually gonna run some kind of a script from Microsoft itself because I don't love my freedom. Huh. Okay, so while like we are waiting for Azure CLI, oh wow, looks like a lot of things ended up failing. Oh boy. Sudo app install fix missing. Well, no longer needed, so let me go and fix that very quick. Well, and let me run this again, and hopefully like everything would actually work. Oh boy. Well, this seems like something is messed up, man. Or we can actually do this. Well, is there a way to actually does like Azure CLI has some kind of a dpkg file, a dpackage file? First, let me try one more thing. Sudo apt update. If that doesn't work, we will actually try using the API. Oh wow, like I probably need to update my Kali. Okay, so I think I got it. So I think there was some kind of a recent changes with Kali, right? And I don't know, man, but they somehow like forgot their signing key, right? I mean, like what the fuck, man? Like you guys like run some probably one of the biggest security distro, and I don't know like how they can actually fuck this up. Well, like I'm not gonna fix it on stream now, so let's see like some other way. Is there like any other way I can exploit this? Well, this was our URL, right? The field does not exist. Or how about I copy this and let's see. Let me see my Ferox Buster output real quick. Let's try fuzzing this again, right? Ferox Buster, or leave that. Locate medium.txt. Fuck the URL fuzz, and we are going to use this like specific word list, and let's go, baby. Well, now let's Google like exploiting exposed Azure storage blob. Well, okay, so this seems like something from Windows, but maybe not. I don't know. Hacking Azure blob containers. So okay, so this is from Tyler. So yeah, I think like this is the walkthrough itself. Azure pen testing, exploiting anonymous. Yeah, let's read this. I hope this one is not from Poon Labs itself. Or the walkthrough of lab. Yeah. So according to Microsoft, the standard for identifying endpoints related to storage account is as follow. Blob storage, so it should be like storage account blob.go to the static website. Okay, let's see our URL once again. It's It's like blob, okay, and it falls under, yeah, blob storage. Cool. So the endpoint that would allow access to our blob storage would be this. Now we have the blob storage endpoint. Now when the is this anonymous, okay, so to answer this we need the following parameter: container name, rest type, container com list to our endpoint, and specify container to analyze it. So storage account name, container name, we need the name of some container. Now I will use log container because by default storage account creates this container. Well, like, to be honest, I have no idea about Azure, to be honest, right? But I mean, if this was like GCP or like AWS, I could have explained it why, what, but yeah, I'm also like learning this along the way. So let me copy this real quick. And about container name, right? I'm pretty sure like this is our container name. So let me copy this again, right? This is like storage account name, and where is container name, web, and this should be a container name. Let me go and try this again now. Yeah, I don't think like fuzzing would actually give me any output. Well, boys, we were able to actually do something pretty interesting, right? So let me copy this. Let me copy this real quick and paste it up here. Let me zoom out. So this is how it looks like. So I think we were able to actually list entire file in this like specific container. So like, if you're like familiar with like GCP, I think like we actually call this storage, leave it, I forgot what we call it. Yeah, my brain is not running right now. So we have this, I think we have seen this, right? We have a JavaScript file up here. Interesting. By the way, like if you have like any familiarity with like bug bounty, a lot of people actually would go and check JavaScript files, but in our case, like that should be the second last thing which I would go for. We have like another common.js download. Again, I think this is part of like some kind of framework or a library, and I don't think we need to look into it. Static. Okay, so we have like iframe API. Nice. Article, static, another CSS file. Another JavaScript file. Do we need to actually go and check out like different JavaScript files, man? I don't want to actually check JavaScript file. Well, widget API.js.download. Let's see, is there like any kind of a flag? Nope, there's no flag. But we got like a lot of interesting things, right? The widget API.js. I don't know, man, like how realistic this is. I mean, would this like be helpful to us or not? Yeah, this seems like some kind of an obfuscated JavaScript file, and I'm pretty sure it's part of like some kind of a library or a framework. But our job is to explore everything. Let's see. I need JavaScript. Beautify it, make it pretty. Yeah, like I was correct, man. This is part of some kind of a library. Cannot find the JSON symbol. Yeah, I don't think this will actually help us. Well, I was actually, oh wow, I was actually about to click on like end stream, but thank God I didn't do that. It's log container because by default, okay, so let's read this, right? So by default, storage account creates this container. Updated, there was little updated with Azure. Now you can use whatever name. Okay. Log resource not found. Says the URL, and we will see resource not found message. This message suggests that anonymous access is enabled. Okay, so or maybe we should also try it, right? Log out of range input. Well, wait a minute. Okay, it's like logs, not log, it's logs. Maybe we can also fuzz this, right? Yeah, so seems like public access is enabled, or like anonymous access is enabled. Now yep, I was actually talking about this. We can now actually fuzz this, right? Bro, let me remove this real quick. And we will actually fuzz this. Now we probably need to wait and watch. Okay, so I don't know, man, like this did not work for some odd reason. Was wait a minute. I probably need to, let me open this. Okay, okay, let's see like if we get anything interesting or not. Or are we going to get anything interesting or not? All we can do is like wait and watch. Okay, so while this is running in the background, let's see what else we can do with it. let's try this real quick. Resources. Okay. Okay. Is there like any other way? Hmm. Let's try this real quick. Let me go back. We actually saw like some kind of JavaScript file, so maybe we can go and explore that too, right? Yeah, this one. Again, I'm not sure if this is like some kind of a framework or library related JavaScript file, but right now that's all we can do, right?